What's up, guys? How are we all doing? Welcome back to my vlog series. My name is Tony, and as you will all know by now, hopefully, I have taken over my great uncle's farm here in Felsborough. I have, as you all know from the last video, the Fent is over there with the subsoiler on the back, and we're going to plough that. But I have just had I've just been notified that barley is in, well, not high demand, but barley is quite at a good price at the moment. So we are going to fill up a trailer with barley first, and we are going to head down and sell a whole trailer to try and put us some money in the bank. So I said to myself, you know, we've got this grain in the silo, so what we'll do is when a decent price comes up, we will we'll take it on and we will sell it. We'll sell a trailer or two. Right, so let's get this all loaded up. So there we go, that is full. Now we need to take this down to the grain mill. So we had 13,000 litres, so there'll still be some left in there. But let's take this down to the grain mill, get it sold, and then we can come back and we can go and start the subsoiling. So we can get that field all sort of ploughed and cultivated, and that will be ready for our next crop, which we need to work out what we're going to actually put in there. And we also have the new header now as well, so we can do we can harvest the corn and the sunflowers. So that'll be another 2 fields out the way. So I mean, we've got roughly corn and sunflowers, I don't know, there's probably 1.5 hectares, I suppose, maybe 1.5 hectares of corn, and there's probably just under 1 hectare of sunflower. So that should be cool. I'm hoping that we can if there's not much, yeah, I've sort of been having a word with a few people, and apparently the grain that's in the grain bin on the farm, it's this season grain anyway, so we don't have to worry about mixing or anything. So, and we can just get that all where is, oh, the next one, yeah, so we can just add to it, so it's all good. Here we go, we are here, and let's be making some money. There we go, 1 full load, and as again, that will go direct into our bank account. They will pay us directly. So once it's all properly weighed and sorted, there's no weigh bridges and such here, so it's just kind of tip and go really. So let's get this back down to the yard now and crack on with the subsoiling, I think. Right then, we are here. Look at this. We are in the case. we do have the subsoiler on the back here. So what I'm going to do is lower that in. I'm going to run up and down the edge here twice, I think, and then we're going to stretch the field left to right. This is going to struggle somewhat up here, I think. There we go. So let's just, I just want to do that one little headland down in there. There we go. Perfect. We should, this bit here is it's a bit hilly on this bit, but the further we get down the field, we should be fairly good, I think. So, and this will get us all ready for the next seed to go in. And I think that's probably the next thing we need to do is sell our seeder, plough, excuse me. Yeah, seeder, plough and cultivator, because we're not going to need them. There is a very nice, there's a 3 meter Vardestad direct drill seeder, and there's a 6 meter Vardestad as well. They're the two that I've been looking at in the shop, so we will wait and see on the one I decide to go for. The 3 meter one is obviously the best sort of value for money, obviously, because it's that is the cheaper of the two, but I do have fields where I think I am going to require maybe a 6 meter one. I mean, the 3 meter one might take us a bit longer, but I will be having some help, especially when it comes to harvesting the bigger fields. Possibly might get someone in on the harvester, and then I can just cart for them that way, and hopefully, anyway, we should be good. Oh god, that's our sunflower field there, so we don't want to drive into that too much, do we? But this little case, it's another beautiful little tractor. It's still got about 145. I think this has got just enough horsepower to pull this culti plough, and it's not really struggling too much up the hills here. It's going pretty good. So I think, fingers crossed, I think I've chosen the right equipment. We need to check out the seeders when we buy them to make sure that we've got a tractor that can actually run them. So that is a problem of ours at the moment. Is we do lack on horsepower at the moment, but you know, we just have to make do with what we've got. I have sort of brought some money over with me, but I think I need to double check. I've got an appointment down at the local bank, and I think my my uncle, sorry, great uncle, I think he had a loan out, which he kind of set against the farm. but instead of selling the farm and everything to make the payment, I have decided to take that payment on myself. So we've got to get, I'd like to get that loan paid off as soon as possible, and then that will mean we've got anything that we make, then we can is ours, and we can also go back to the bank for another loan if we need to. So, but I'm hoping we don't. I'm hoping we can be fairly safe in the knowledge that the farm will be making money and making enough to keep our head above water. So there's only me here. I have thought about maybe getting myself a pet of some description, possibly. Maybe a guard dog or something, but we'll see. We will see. If we do get a dog, you guys will have to help me name it. But we are, what, maybe halfway through the field now, which is really cool. So this is probably, I suppose, one of the I'm not going to say, yeah, is it? I don't know, possibly a bit boring, maybe. But it is all stuff that needs to be done. Otherwise, the crops you're going to get, it's just not going to be, they're not going to be any good. You're not going to get a decent yield out of it. So it's all to do with preparation, or your preparing times. It's the same with anything. It's all down to prep. Always down to prep. So, and as long as these fields get prepared good enough, then hopefully, we need to make sure we keep on top of any weeds that happen to come up and stuff, because we need to catch the weeds as early as possible, because they are really difficult. I say really difficult, impossible to get rid of if you leave the weeds in until your crop is ready to harvest. It's pointless. You can't do anything with them. You can't run a weeder through it, and by the time you've run your herbicide through, it's you can't wait for that to give it time to work. So you need to catch them in a relatively early growth stage, so your crops are small enough for you to work on the field as well. So we need to make sure that we keep a good eye on all our fields. That's why I'm thinking about chopping in the Duramax and getting something like a little quad, little 4x4 thing, just so we can just hop on it and just head out to the fields and check all the growths and stuff. But this field is nearly done here. I'm going to just nip down to the end now, and we're going to run down the edge of the field here, and then we'll come back up and we'll go that way, I think, and then this field is nearly done. It's not taking us long at all. So this is one field that we now have pretty much prepared and ready for seed. So we will it's going to be a harvest next, I think. It's going to be a harvest, and it'll probably be these sunflowers, because I've just sort of looked, and I think we might join these fields together to make to make one big field? I don't know. But I was thinking about keeping these for grass, actually, or keeping one of them for grass. And at the moment, I don't need a big grass field. But as you can see, I mean, this stretches out further in front of us, so that's why I think it would make a very good grass field. But there we go. Right, guys and girls, I think I'm going to leave it there. Field's nearly done. I'm just going to crack on through and get this finished. But don't forget, guys, if you have enjoyed, leave a like. Don't forget to leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think of this series. You know, do I carry on? What would you like me to do? You know, there's a possibility that I might be able to do some bits and pieces, especially if it's going to make me some money. It's all about the money. So, but yes, as I said, guys, that's it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Cheers then, guys. Take care.